Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. Welcome back to the program. And this particular slot is now going live on our Facebook page as well as on our YouTube channel. And that address is facebook.com/Salam Media, youtube.com/C/Salam Media. You can watch it all live there. In conversation now with Cheryl Pillay, the chairperson of the Eldorado Park COVID-19 Disaster Forum, as well as the chairperson of the Eldorado Park Local Drug Action Committee. And we are talking about a young boy, Liyaqat Akim Mentour, and we are celebrating or commemorating what would have been his sixth birthday. Unfortunately, this young man is still missing, and we're going to find out all about that information from Cheryl. We'll also talk about an initiative that we are supporting as Salam Media and Salam Foundation to provide masks to the children in and around the Eldorado Park area to help protect them against COVID-19. And I'd like to welcome Cheryl to the program. Good morning and welcome, ma'am.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
All right, so let's start off with the reason for the commemorative gathering today taking place in Eldorado Park. What is the story behind Liyaqat Akim Mentour?
Okay, so Liyaqat has been missing since the 16th of March 2018. Someone has been arrested for him. The person was his mom's ex-boyfriend, and he got 45 years. So he's actually currently serving his sentence out. However, we have never found Liyaqat's body. The matter was heard in the High Court, and based on sufficient evidence with regards to blood spatters and that evidence that was found in the house where Liyaqat was last with the accused, the magistrate then said that it was murder, as well as obviously trying to defeat the ends of justice. And that's how come we gave him 45 years. But to date, we have not found any even clues to where Liyaqat can be and what he has done with Liyaqat.
That's a really
At the
unfortunate.
time of Yes,
Yes,
at the
please go
time of
ahead.
Liyaqat going missing, he was 3. He was about to turn 4 that year. And the person who he was left in the care of was the mother's boyfriend, Mr. Onke Mashinini. And he couldn't give a story or answers on what actually happened to Liyaqat. But I suppose on investigation, there was enough evidence to put him away for 45 years.
That's a really sad story, and our thoughts and prayers go out to the family there of little Liyaqat who's still missing. But this is, I think, significant. It's signifying a bigger issue in terms of abuse of children, the struggles that they face in the country, all around in many places, but also very strongly so in the Eldorado Park area. What has been your experiences as a member of the Disaster Forum now, and as well as fighting drugs in the area? How have you seen the abuse of children?
Sure, it's very hectic. Just last night, we actually went to go remove 3 children whose mom is on substance, and she just left the 8-month-old with the 5-year-old in the shack. That was like 11 o'clock in the cold. And it's a common thing where, especially because of the substance use in the area, that the children is suffering neglect and abuse at the hands sometimes of their very own parents, and as well as neighbors. We also have a 4-year-old that was killed by her uncle and the body dumped, also substance related. So the abuse and neglect of children is very high in the community due to the use of substance. So we are a team that goes out, and people would then send us messages to say, there's children here, or there's neglected and abused children around. So we normally react. We do have a safe house for children in Eldorado Park. So when we do that, we go with SAPs and place the children into the temporary safe care until the social workers can come. But it's one of the social ills that we have to deal with on a daily basis in the community.
And we really take our hats off to you and your team for the wonderful work that you are doing in terms of trying to protect our neglected children. I also understand that today you are now going to be having this commemorative gathering, and you have been working very hard to protect children against COVID-19. What are some of the plans for today?
Okay, today we're going to visit two areas. The one is Extension 7 and then also an informal settlement that we work with. So our awareness in memory of Leah as well will be to teach the children on hygiene protocols, to follow how to wash hands, also to ensure that they have masks. So thank you to your team for donating the masks for today. So we will do the awareness drive to about 300 kids today, and we will end off at the children's safe house where we will have a little birthday singing for in honor of Lee. So the day is quite full. We're going to start at 11, and we should be done by like maybe 1 o'clock or so with the 3 points that we will be visiting. I think we have a lot of children on the street. We're also going into high, dense, populated areas where there isn't really access to running water because it's a lot of backyard dwellers. And so it's very difficult with the children to maintain the hygiene protocols. But that's why we're going in to assist them and to educate them and make them aware of the dangers of COVID-19.
Yes, I mean, this has been one of the issues that has constantly come up in the discussions around the reopening of schools. For example, people saying that, kids still need to stay at home. But perhaps that is in a more, in areas that are less challenged or more fortunate areas. But in places like Eldorado Park, kids are being kept in difficult circumstances, small homes, backyard dwellers, as you're saying, on the streets. They're interacting, and perhaps a safer place is actually inside of the school where they have some kind of oversight by teachers. How do you balance all of that? And what are some of the poverty challenges, the realities on the ground for these children?
Yes, I agree with you. I sometimes think that the kids will be safer at school because there's running water in our schools, at least in Eldorado Park. There would be running water, there would be supervision. A lot of the children is running around on the streets. And if I think just last night I had a call from someone where there was a family member that tested positive, and they are over 12 people in that one house. So if you say self isolate or go into quarantine, 12 people into quarantine in a one bedroom house is obviously impossible. So those are some of the challenges that we have, as well as a lot of kids are left to their own devices on the street, playing in the parks, just carrying on like normal, because for them that's what they do every day. In a one shack you can get 12 to 15 people in a one room shack. So how do you tell those people to social distance? So the kids obviously won't be in the house, they will be out on the street. So those are some of the challenges that we have in, and we're obviously looking at how we can address those issues at the moment. Maybe look at setting up quarantine areas in our community centers. We've also started a quarantine care pack where instead of them going out of the yard is to go and deliver it at their home so that they would be able to have supplies just to get them through that 14 days quarantine. We've had a big campaign where we've done over 620 food parcels to the community. The sad thing is, not much intervention from government has come into the community.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to ask. The role of government and what have they done for the people of Eldorado Park? What would be your comment and sentiments on that?
We started in the beginning of the COVID-19 with the lockdown, and we set up a hub at the community center. And I said we've done over 6,200 food parcels. I think in week 4 was the first time that we had contact from government within the community to start distributing, and they were maybe doing like 50 parcels a week. That was in week 4 of the lockdown. So the first 4 weeks, we basically had to get together as community and community leaders to do something about it. Even, I mean, with the lack of services, with social services at the moment, To get a social worker is very difficult because the local offices is closed. So we have to rely a lot on our local police, even to be doing the removal of children or placing people into shelters, because I think on the top, government has a good story to tell, but it's not the reality on the ground.
Cheryl Pillay, let's just read one message coming through on the Facebook page from Muhyiddin Hussein saying, Salam, must commend Cheryl Pillay for the sterling job. Well done. And he gives a thumbs up there on the Facebook page. You can check it out later. And I think we echo those sentiments. Thank you so much for the wonderful work that you are doing in the community of Eldorado Park. And we'll try as best as we can from our side to assist where we can. Thank you so much. Go well. And we'll see you later this morning.
Thank you so much. Looking forward to seeing you later. Thank you.